My people, gather around though. This matter of Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader, don't land court again. And this time, it is not about agitation or politics, but about his health that is fast collapsing inside DSS custody. The man is crying out through his lawyers that his body can no longer carry the suffering he is going through. Reports from his doctors say the thing don't reach another level. His pancreas and liver are in trouble. A strange lump is growing under his armpit, and even his potassium level is dangerously low. In short, the man is sick and needs urgent medical attention. Justice Musa Liman, the vacation judge, shockingly admitted that the right to health is just as important as the right to life. For that reason, he agreed that the case must be heard quickly, even though courts are on break. He fixed September 15 for the full hearing and ordered that DSS must be properly served to respond. But here is where the gist sweet pass. Doctors already wrote a letter to DSS begging them to allow Kanu to be moved to the National Hospital in Abuja for treatment. But DSS reportedly ignored them as if nothing happened. Imagine someone is sick. Doctors are shouting, yet the security agency pretends not to hear. His lawyer, Kanu Agaba Sam, explained that the application for bail was already filed since May, but the court went on annual vacation before it could be taken. So while waiting, Kanu's health just kept getting worse and worse until now it has become emergency. According to Agabi, the confinement condition itself is part of what is destroying his health. Now the big question, is DSS deliberately playing politics with the man's health, or are they waiting until things become irreversible before they act? Because if anything happens to Kanu in their custody, nobody should say it's village people though. The blame will be squarely on the Nigerian state. Meanwhile, Nigerians are watching closely. Some say this government prefer using delay tactics and wicked silence when it comes to issues concerning Ndibo. And obviously, we can see it. Others argue that if Kanu were from another region, maybe things would have moved faster. But one truth remains. Sickness does not know tribe, religion, or politics. If the man is sick, he deserves treatment like every other Nigerian citizen. Simple. What do you think, my darlings? Comment section.
Detaining Nnamdi Kanu up till now will not serve Nigeria any useful purpose. By releasing him will go a long way, you know, to calm down the frayed nerves in the country, and for us to have, well, in Nigeria, well, everybody, at least we have a better sense of belonging.
The Kanu has been there for so long. He's been to several courts on several occasions. They can't even agree on what to do. And between me and you, Dr. Abati, you're a lawyer. Justice delayed is justice denied.
Release Mr. Nnamdi Kanu. Since a court of competent jurisdiction has discharged and acquitted him of 15 charges, why is federal government still holding him? Release him, because some miscreants are using that as an excuse to ferment trouble. And we are still appealing that federal government can help people of Southeast by releasing Mr. Nnamdi Kanu. We believe he's a freedom fighter, he's not a criminal, and the court of competent jurisdiction has acquitted him. So release him. If you release him, you see that these people will no longer have any reason.
Historically speaking,
no person will
have you seen or heard of a freedom fighter who encourages people to kill his own people?
The young man court has acquitted him of that.
Igbo has been set free. The Meiti Allah man arrested, set free. People have made more terrible pronouncements from different parts of the country concerning their desire to leave Nigeria. Even though I believe in one Nigeria, you have your own opinion. Don't come here and say rubbish. Why is it that the courts at the highest level ask that Nnamdi's Kanu should be freed, that he's kidnapped from Kenya and incarceration was against the rule of law. And he has remained in detention and is being treated dishumanly. Why? Is it because he's an Igbo man? Most likely.
Nnamdi Kanu has been incarcerated for quite a long time. We actually, our position is that the law should take its turn, but the law, the court have released him. The court have released him, and we in Ohanes and Igbo feel that there is no justifiable reason whatsoever to still keep him in prison when he has been released. So that is why we think he should be released. And in fact, it's a problem to us when it's not released, because the young people who actually support him, there's no doubt about it, that Nnamdi Kanu has a lot of support from younger people in this country. I mean, especially in our area, who feel that they are not getting what they should get in Nigeria.
This man has been taken to various courts. They don't even know which charges to give him anymore. This man was abducted out of this country. The manner of abduction was in itself illegal. It's a shame. It's a shame that this country will be involved in a thing like that. But they did it. Okay, now you took that gentleman to court, and he's been there for years. If you want to take him through justice, dispense justice with him, and then that's it. If you're going to jail him, jail him. If you're not going to jail him, let him go. What's the point of just keeping somebody there? And all of us Nigerians should be ashamed that we are being linked to this. In the turn, it's a shame. It's a shame.
The Southeast has made a collective demand to have Nnamdi Kanu released. And we basically identified with that and request Mr. President, who in his inaugural address promised the people that he's going to engender national healing and is going to serve with compassion. So we've basically informed him that this would serve as a pointer to his administration's extension of hands of fellowship to Ndi Igbo.
It's a shame that this is what we turned this country to be. A Nigerian, a citizen, and you treat him like this in his own country. It's a shame. All progressive Nigerians should stand up and say this should stop. This shenanigans should stop. How long should we continue with this? If this man has committed an offense, sentence him. That's it. But if he hasn't, let him go. What is happening is wrong. It's wrong. To any right-thinking person, it is wrong.
It is our view that the current circumstance makes Nnamdi Kanu and his colleagues political prisoners, our prisoners of conscience. They're no longer, it's not about crime, it's not about anything, because we're no longer following the rule of law.
The truth of the matter is, when you incarcerate Nnamdi Kanu, who is incarcerated is not Nnamdi Kanu, it's all people of conscience. Who is incarcerated is not Nnamdi Kanu, it's all people whose perspective he represents, whether they come from an ethnic nationality group. If you incarcerate him, you incarcerate all people who believe in the rule of law. And so it is this collective imprisonment that we expect will force a rethink on the part of all people about this.
The civil war has ended. Gowon has said no victor, no vanquished. That we need reconstruction, reconciliation, and rehabilitation.